All right, so I'm back. I was totally wrong on what I was thinking. It actually goes the other way. So this shaft is actually going to go out the back. I punched that roll pin through, and when you do, he will rotate. Don't worry about it. As you can see right about, come on. All right. Oh, there we go. So yeah, he's going to click in different positions like that. Don't worry. So I punched that roll pin through. The reason for the paint is just to make sure that everything is basically, you know, that this guy's the right way. You're also going to need to totally take that roll pin out when you get it out. And then this roll pin right here, you got to punch him through. The cool thing is the Fiero is the same way. So just make sure that this guy is on this side when you do your regular Fiero getrag. But yeah, so I'm just going to take a punch and a hammer, pop that roll pin. This guy will slide off. The nut that was holding this dude was a 21 millimeter. So you got the nut, you got the washer, and then you got that shift guy. But Fiero will be a little different because that is definitely not a Fiero arm. But yeah, same concept. So this guy is actually going that way, not out this way. So I'm actually glad that I'm taking apart another transmission because it's been a while and I totally forgot. So this is going to actually help putting things back together. Okay, I'm starting to get it out right now. And as I was doing this, you could see that that guy went that way, springs right there. This fork is loose now, which is good. One thing that I don't think was on my getrag is that there's these nylon tabs on this fork. Mine was just regular steel, so I actually might take this and bring it over to mine. I don't think there's an issue or any of that. But again, that guy stays in there. You don't have to worry about taking him. And then, so this would definitely be the top side because you got right there would be that roll pin. And then right there's the gear roll pin. So, or not the gear, but you know, the little shift selector roll pin. If you're having a hard time pulling mine out like I was, I just banged on this guy and used the case to slide him off. It didn't hurt anything, but yeah. And then just make sure he can only go one way because that guy faces down. So just give you a heads up on that. You can't mess up the orientation on this dude because that little pin is what makes this different from the rest of those guys. So the pin will face down. Just giving you a heads up on that. Or it'll face towards the rear of the case. I guess that would be the proper way of saying it. But now I just got to pop that stuff out and get the other roll pin, fish it out with a magnet. Don't lose roll pins, guys. I know Harbor Freight has a whole package of them, but you never know when you have a size that you're going to have to modify, you know. Okay, I'm back. Just give you a heads up, don't listen to what I said earlier. There is an orientation. I'm just gonna put the bracket the way it was on here just so I remember that orientation. What happened was I thought it was a pin, but no, that guy fell off when I removed him. Make sure all of those guys are there. There shouldn't be a pin. They should all have that round dowel piece that goes over the pin. So just give you that heads up. I'm pulling basically everything out right now. So with him out, I got this guy out, which right there, make sure you pop him out the rest of the way because when you put it together, you ain't gonna be able to get at the bottom of the case and put the roll pin. The roll pin has to go through the top, so just let you know that. So just pop him out the rest of the way, put that in a bag. The shift fork guy should now, well, selector fork, can't say shift fork, but he should pop out. So let me grab him. All right, he just pops right out. And yeah, I don't think I had any of these nylon tabs on the earlier 282 getrag, so I might actually rob this. Needle bearing actually looks pretty dang good in there. Just remember that. All that stuff can stay. The rest of the stuff stays. Don't worry about that. You're not gonna lose him. For some reason, he's like a little plunger, but he stays there. Nothing to worry about. But with all this out now, I got to basically flip this over, pop the rear case plate off, get the bearing retainers out, and we're good to go. Press it out. More detailed videos for you guys. Okay, so as you can see, that would be the jig that this guy's going to get pressed out. Make sure you have these raised blocks, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to fulfill pressing it out. Just make sure your kit comes with these. If they don't, I think there's another part number on, if you guys have the 88 factory service manual. For some reason, it's only in the 88 factory service manual. The other manuals don't cut it, or at least mine don't cover it. I don't know why, but it's just the 88 one. You can find a PDF of it online, which is what I did. I don't actually own the whole book, but very detailed. You'll scroll through, get to like page 889 on the computer, and you'll run into all the transmissions. It covers all of them: the Isuzus, the Muncies, the Getrags, M17, M19. It covers it all. So the tools you need. There's a part number right there. And what I'm going to do is just take this over to my workbench. I'm not going to take it to the press yet. And remove the back plate, and then also get the bearing retainers out. So yeah, let me do that. Okay, well, I got the bolts out of the backing plate. Getting ready to pop this off here. And as I pop him off, that's different. Okay. So on my ear, I have these plastic cups that basically sit inside here. They're like shims. And on here, they went to these riveted brass ones. That's another improvement. So I guess my my question is, do I take this backing plate? But yeah, so this guy comes off. I really thought there was going to be plastic shims in there, that I was going to be like, hey guys, so this goes here, that goes there. And that is not the case, so let me back that up. Now, these are the bearing retainers. You have to take these out before you press this out. Crazy. So, this is never... Wait a minute, hold on here. Haha! We got a shim. Okay. So, there's a shim here. Pop that off. That guy popped off. Well, is there an orientation on this guy? Either way, I know this was facing up. There's a little... I was hoping there was a mark. But, it probably doesn't matter. Well, I know he sits like that. Can he sit the other way? Oh, wow. He might be a reversible, but I'm not going to take that chance. I know which way he faces. I'm okay with that. He's going to go in that bag. Now, don't you worry. Let me think here. How was I going to do this? Don't worry about that. That lock ring is when you go to press the bearing back in. So you don't remove him. That stays. It's just when you're going to press it, but you just got to get these bearing retainers out. Then my special tool will sit on both of these, and we'll use the press, and it'll press the gear assembly out. So what I'm trying to say is these bearings right here are going to stay in the case. That's how this is designed. So when you go to press the shafts out, once you get these guys off, the bearings stay, the shafts just go right into this jig, and the case can get put off to the side. So one of these, I can't remember which one it is. I probably should just go over to my old Fiero and just check, see which one it is. But one is clockwise, reverse thread, and the other's normal. So just give you a heads up, if it's not coming out one way, go the other way. So, alright. Okay, so we are back. I got my air impact to get these out. We're using a T60. T60 will fit. The trueness is probably actually a triple square. but I have found that a T60 works just as good. Fits perfectly in there, just like that. And now I'm gonna zip them out. I'll let you know which one was reverse rotation and which one was regular. So just give me a second. Okay, so the input shaft is regular, lefty-loosey. The output shaft is righty-loosey. So that's what we gotta do. I gotta go start up the air compressor again because I did not have enough poundage. So let me get that out. Give you guys a heads up, there was Loctite on the threads. It's up to you if you want to put Loctite back on. I probably will, just because I don't have plans of ever really taking this back apart, nor do I really ever want to take these things back apart. So yeah, now my tool's going to sit inside these and press on the shafts. It's not going to press on the bearings. Don't ever press on the bearings. Tell you right now, don't ever do that. I found a crack in my other case, and my thing was I didn't press on the bearings, but point is, I'm just letting you know. So whoever took that transmission apart before me, because there is signs that it was torn apart, like the number one sign, you'll have the plastic cover of the detent, and if there's ever silicone in the center, that means someone took it apart, reused the plastic cover, because I guess you can reuse it, but honestly, they're cheap. Midwest has them. Just put in a new cover. There's no sense in trying to have an oil leak come up. But people have used silicone, and Rodney Dickman's instructions on the input shaft modification does explain to just use silicone. So I'm just throwing it out there that it can be done. But that was one of the signs that mine was torn apart. And not only that, when I split the case, there was red silicone all the way around it, so I already knew someone took it apart before me. But yeah, your next goal is to press on these shafts. There's a special tool. I will mock this up in the press and hopefully get a video to you guys. Probably won't be a live video of me doing it. I'll just press it out and then show you. But this is the other tool that you'll need. And this is pretty badass. Another part number right there. This guy is going to sit just like this. And you're going to press on the center. And that's just going to press all of that into that jig. And we are good to go.